For this week's epic adventure, I decided to take a look at the Sudelfeld area. It was very easy to convince Manuel to join me because he has been there and liked it a lot. Nora is not with us this week because she's on vacation. So, after a quick coffee at our usual kick-off bakery, we started into a cold early morning. The weather forecast predicted temperatures between -5 and 0 degrees Celsius, sun and no precipitation. Perfect conditions for a bike ride. So, here's the plan. From Munich, we go to Holzkirchen, Schliersee and Bayerischzell. Once there, we climb up to Sudelfeld. Then we descend down to Brandenburg. Finally, we go home again, along the Mangfalltal. With what we have learned last week, we decided to use our gravel bikes again for a road bike trip. While the gravel bikes are heavier and have higher rolling resistance, they just feel safer with sand and occasional patches of ice on the roads. We made good progress until we arrived at Schliersee.
So we have done about 60 kilometers and Manuel's shifting cable just ripped. It's funny enough because I think 2 rides ago his other bike shifting cable already ripped. But the good part about this is it means that this time he's prepared and has a replacement shifting cable with him, so good enough.
While Manuel was messing around with his bike, I bought some snacks and coffee. Fortunately, Manuel's bike is so old that it still has external cables, so he was able to easily fix everything. We went on and made good progress to Bayerischzell, and then the only real climb of the day started. The view down to Bayerischzell and the surrounding valley was just as stunning as I expected it to be. The climb was somewhat long, but not very steep, with a maximum of 14%, so I think everybody could do it. But then, finally, we got to the descent. Now this was tough because of the unavoidable sweat from the climb, the low temperature, and because of the risk of ice in the corners while going down fast. At the bottom I was freezing because I decided too late to put on another jacket. Fortunately, there was this really nice cafe. I really want to recommend this place. The staff was very welcoming, the coffee was great, and the pieces of cake were massive. The rest of the ride was supposed to be the easy part, with a slight descent all the way down to Munich. But then there was this really strong headwind. Additionally, we had seen so many nice things already, and the beautiful mountains were behind us, so the landscape in front of us felt a little boring. But we finally made our way back, and my legs were completely empty from the headwinds. The total trip was about 170 kilometers with 1,500 meters of elevation. We were cycling for a little less than 7 hours. I added the route under the video in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any ideas how I can improve my content, please let me know in the comments. Next week, we most likely will go on another gravel adventure. If you don't want to miss that, I can offer you a free subscription. See you around.